Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make a Facebook style status update. So it's just like the Facebook one. So we can just put in our status, maybe anything you want, and then we'll share a status, and we have the upload icon up here just like on Facebook. And after you input your text and we hit submit, we're going to put this back to whatever you want to put in here. I just put "so what's on your mind," and then what we do is we prepend this, what our message is right here, and then we get the username of the current user, if you use session or cookies, whatever way you gather your user's name. That's displayed right here, and the link you can make go to their profile page, and their picture. You can do a link to their picture. I didn't do it on this tutorial, but you can if you want. And you can also make this a link, a clickable link to go to their profile as well. And then we get the current date. We're going to get the current date from the user's computer using JavaScript. Now the only problem with using that is if the user's date is incorrect or the time, that's what we're going to get. Except this is the only way we can get the current user's time. And that's like how they do it on Yahoo Chat. So this is a pretty easy way to get it, and you can format it just about any way you want. We don't have the like link working yet, or the comment. I'm going to do that in a later tutorial. So right now we can just do another one. Okay, and I'm also using a plugin for the expanding text box. Okay, now we're just going to keep adding. Okay, now I'm going to show you the code for this. Okay, first thing we're going to do is include the latest version of jQuery, which is currently 1.4.4. And the next thing we're going to do is include the Elastic plugin that makes the text box elastic, just like Facebook. Next thing, we're going to include the status.css file, which is our style sheet for this page. Okay, and then we're going to start with a jQuery function. Then what we're going to do is we're going to call the Elastic plugin, okay, for the input box, and we're going to set the CSS of the box height to 30 pixels. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is the input box, which is your status update box. What we're going to do is we're going to set so when you click it, the text that you put in there, which I put "so what's on your mind," that'll disappear. I'll just show you. Okay, so the text is in here. When we click, it disappears. Okay, that's what we're going to do right now. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to explain this whole thing. I'll just do this in another tutorial, because this is basically just to show you how to do a status update like Facebook. So basically all this does is when you click on it, it makes it disappear, and when you click off of it, it makes it come back. Okay, and what we'll do is when you click on it, we're going to do the text color black, and then what the text you have in there, we're going to set it to a lighter gray. I used 80, 80, 80, so it's a lighter color. So when we click on it, we're going to type our status, it's going to be black. And then when we off click it and we put our text back in that box, it's going to be 80. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, okay, I'm just going to show you what we're going to do is the share ID is going to be on our oh, let me find it right here. Okay, now this is our share button. Now I had another tutorial that shows you how to make the Facebook buttons, make buttons using CSS to make them look just like Facebook buttons, and that's what I'm using right here. So when we click this button that says share, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a click function. Okay, and this right here is gonna get the date. Okay, this is gonna get the user's date and time. Okay, I'm not gonna explain what all this does, but you can read up on this. It's just using JavaScript to get the date, the current time, and you can just go in here in the array, and we can make this January. I just abbreviated them, but you can put them to whatever you want. And then down here you can format them however you want. Like you can put, if you don't want at, you can change that. Like on here I have a January 6th at 10:13 p.m. Now we can make this PM capital. We can get rid of the time. We can get rid of the date. And I just made a tutorial on PHP time ago, and you can use that in here as well if you wanted. And in fact, on the newer one, the next tutorial I make on this, I'm probably going to add that in there, and that'll just say this would be like 4 minutes ago. So you can just change that to whatever you want. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to show the loading image that I showed you on the main page. So when you click when you click share, we're going to show that loading icon, the loading image up to the right, just like Facebook. And then we're going to get the input box value, and we're going to put it into a variable called status. Okay, and then what we're going to do is if the status equals our text in the box, which is so what's on your mind, which is this right here. So if it equals that and somebody hits share, it's not going to update because we don't want them to be able to update that. So that is why we put this right here. So if it equals this, what we're going to do is we're going to hide the loading. We're not going to do anything else. Okay? Now if you wanted, you could put an alert box in here, or you could put a message in there, please enter some text or something. But I'm just gonna do we're just gonna hide the loading. So else, so if status doesn't equal this, okay, we're gonna take that status variable and the date, which is right here. Okay, that's the current time. That's what I formatted it to. We're going to get that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to post this to status update.php. Okay, I'll show you that file in a minute. And then on a success, what we're going to do is the data is going to be prepended to, okay, now why I use prepend to and not append to. So what this is going to do is this is going to put what we get from that status update file, and we're going to prepend that to load status out, okay, which is right here. And what that's going to do is everything we get from status update.php, it's gonna, if I just use the pen, here's what would happen. Let's share 5, okay? Now that 5 would not be on top, it would be on the bottom of our list. Unless I used a list, which I'm not doing that, I'm just using divs. Okay? So if I used a list, I could just do that to do the first list, okay? And then it would display that. So that's why. So what that's going to do is that'll just put it on, it's going to put the data on top, okay, of the, when you update it, it's going to put it on top of all your status updates. So it'll be the most recent one's going to be on top. And then what we're going to do is slide down slow. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is loading. We're going to hide the loading image. And then the input box, okay, this is where we get the status text, whatever text you put in there from the status. Okay, here's what we're going to do here is we're going to get the value, we're going to set the value to so what's on your mind. Okay, and then we're going to put the CSS back to 80. Okay, and then the height we're going to put back to 30 pixel. So I don't need to do that, but okay, that's fine. So what we do is after we instead of setting the value normally on a text field, when you submit a form, what we would do is just set the value to nothing, so it would clear the whole form. Okay, but we don't want to do that. We want to set that back to so what's on your mind. So that's what we'll do. Okay, and that's about it for here.